My goodness. What a view to wake up to. Things have moved on quite a bit since we last spoke. I've been very, very busy, and we're now in April, and my wife's turned up. She wasn't very happy with living in a caravan, so we ended up spending the night in probably the most expensive hotel I have ever seen in my life. But my wife said it wouldn't be a problem because of the over 200,000 that we have in the bank. I didn't tell her that all went on my tractor. But I'm sure she'll understand that we need a tractor when we do get on with her work. But yeah, the hotel wouldn't let me park in sight. They were a bit nervous about a tractor being on the premises, so I've got to get myself off to work. There's lots to do, and I've got to go and find where I park my tractor. Oh, there it is, I remember. So what I'm going to do today is show you around all the new additions that we've had over the course of the last few days of the month. When we left it last time out, I think basically you'd seen us do the 2 baling jobs. We'd found a missing dog. Scout had been missing, and yeah, everything was going all right. We'd just been paid on the baling jobs and done really well out of it. Since then, I have literally spent all of that money. We were down to nothing. Just setting up a few things for the campsite. Also, I've bought some greenhouses. I thought the wife would like the greenhouses, so I bought some greenhouses for her, and then we had to get a water tanker so that we could supply them. So I decided to get some animals too, but I will show you now what we've bought, and yeah, let's get to the car park and see how different it looks. Good morning, Scout. Are you okay? Yep. I've put you some food in your bowl. Go get some food. Oh, you funny dog, you. Okay, so welcome back to the car park. And it's not so much of a car park now. It's beginning to look a little bit like a farmyard. So, well, a little bit. So, as you can see, we've got a picnic table over there for myself and Ruth and the kids to have a nice meal in the sunshine as we get it. Obviously, we've got the Lamborghini, which is a fantastic addition to the farm. We've got a couple of bits of kit over there, which I'll introduce you to in a moment. We have the greenhouses, which Ruth is going to have a go at. She says she's never done the greenhouses before, but she does fancy giving it a good go, and hopefully, you know, some of the stuff that we grow in there, I don't know exactly what she's got in there yet. Tomatoes, strawberries, lettuce maybe, I don't know. But I'm sure what she grows in there will bring a little bit of money to the farm and help keep us going. We're also going to be able to sell eggs, because as I said before, that's just where we're keeping the chicken feed and stuff. I love chickens. I think I could stand and watch them all day. They're so funny as they run around. So many different characters. And as we look, already we are getting some honey. Now the honey is from our beehive. I don't think we've got any eggs yet, have we? Where did he keep the eggs? I don't actually collect them, so I'm not totally sure. So we bought this trailer just to keep make it easy to transport the feed for the different animals that we have. So, but yeah, no, so there's no eggs yet. But we've definitely got some honey, more honey. Yeah, that's from a beehive, which I'll show you when I remember where I placed it. It was under some trees quite a way away because we didn't want the bees near the house. Here I have some silage bales left over from some of the jobs, some hay bales and some grass bales, which they will feed the animals. We've also got plenty more of the bales actually, because for the 2 jobs that we did when you were with me last time, I've got since then done 4 more jobs and they've been very lucrative, and also gave us some food for the animals that we have too. And the silage I'm just going to keep until it's a really good price, really. So here we have a mower. I'm hoping to get a bigger rear mower for the tractor. We've got a really nice little water tanker for providing water for the greenhouses and the animals. We saw the trailer last time, so we now have 2 trailers, a tractor. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get on my bike and I'll take you and show you the other animals. So there we have the beehive. I don't want to get too close at the moment because I'm not dressed up for the occasion. Oh no, we'll get a bit closer. Oh, I can see them. Yeah, it's a pretty cool beehive. It's nice and colourful, looks nice and new. And hopefully that will bring us plenty of mahoney with the honey. And over here we have the sheeps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, 10. Yeah, there is 10. I thought I'd lost one then. So, yeah, we've got 10 sheeps. They're all lambs, really, so we're not going to be seeing much wool and stuff from them for quite some time. But as you can see, I managed to get the leaning tower of hay bales just to keep them fed. They seem to be very happy. And, yeah, so hopefully they'll bring a bit of life and colour to this. I mean, look how far they've got all this grass that they can wander around. It's going to be really good for them. I'm sure they're going to have a really great time. And finally, let's go to the campsite. So I won't get too close because it is still a bit early and there might be some of the campers still asleep. Still looks like just the 2 campers here. We've got these 2 toilets. One's male, one's female. I don't think we've got the sign up yet to say which one's which. I think they've got washing facilities and everything you need in there, so they're good. And also we managed to get some of these wind turbines, which not only power the toilets and give them lights at night, but also the ones further you can see through to the back by the tent pitches. They actually provide electric hookup for the tents. So yeah, it just helps to raise the prices of the pitches, because now that they're electric hookup, that means that we can just make a little bit more money from them. I think I'm going to have to spend a bit of time mowing this grass at some point. I think the trouble is I need to be able to collect the grass afterwards, and I haven't actually got anything for that yet. Maybe I'll have to look to see whether we've got any jobs in the emails from the agency work. Because, yeah, we certainly could do with the money. So, let's head back to the farmyard and then have a quick discussion about where we're at with our finances. Because at one stage, it was looking a bit bleak. I literally had us down to our last £1,000 in the bank. And it was I was really getting concerned, but fortunately we had 4 jobs that were waiting on the agencies. I was able to get a little help from Fred. George wasn't available, but Fred was able to come and help me. And we managed to push through 4 baling jobs. Was hard work for 2 people though. We probably needed another couple of people to do it, and it was quite literally really late at night. In fact, Ruth got back before I did. Got here before I did, and I think she'd had a bit of a cry about seeing the state of the accommodation that we were in. But yeah, I think once I managed to pacify her with a night in the hotel, I think she seems to have calmed down now and beginning to get quite excited about the venture. So anyway, let's get back down to the farmyard. So I'll just get the laptop and then we'll have a sit at the bench and I'll show you the finances. So there we are. Once again, they probably look worse again than what they were when I last showed you our bank balance. I think we were sitting at around about 60 or 70,000 in the bank, but a lot more has gone. But a certain amount of that has actually been really money that I would class as investment. So hopefully the chickens, whilst they will obviously cost with feed, I've actually been able to feed the sheep for free, so that's not been an issue. And if some harvesting jobs were to come up, I intend to try and hang on to any sort of residual bonus crop that is given to us. And if it's something that the chickens will eat, that'll be free food for them as well. But ultimately, they're gonna at least pay for themselves with the eggs that they provide. And I hope that between them and the sheep, they will prove in the long run to be a little bit of a money maker. At the moment, obviously, there's only 10 chickens, 1 cockerel. There's 10 sheep, and so we've just got to hope that they will bring in a little money. But actually, it's things like the wind turbines. You know, we spent a lot of money on look at that. We did really well last month with the contracts. Let's hope that we can have another good month like that. Obviously, a lot of that went in wages and stuff like that, but it was really a fantastic little earner. It was really hard work though. I don't know if we could cope with that many jobs uh, in all that time. But yeah, so if we look at the money that we spent on like the wind turbines and stuff like that, and of course the greenhouses, all of those things, hopefully over the course of the next couple of years, will pay for themselves, and we will be able to, at the end of that, start building a residual income which offsets any sort of like interest on the loan or debt that we have to pay, and maybe just give us a nice sure footing for getting some maybe holiday lets or whatever we can afford to do just to grow the hospitality side of the business. But that's the plans, and until then, I'll continue with taking on agency jobs. And when I can get enough materials to do so, I think we're going to have to try and get some baling done of our own, because if we can get, with the size of the fields we've got full of grass, I think we could make a tidy income just from one harvest from the fields that we've got. But I do recognise at the same time it's going to be exceptionally hard, long, and boring work, unless we can find a better way of doing it. But I don't think there is. You know, these guys have been farming here for a long time, and they don't seem to be doing anything different. But I've got quite an inventive mind, and I quite like to think that there's something out there which will make this baling a lot easier. So we'll have to wait and see what we can come up with. The biggest concern with that, of course, is that will probably cost money. So yeah, I'm going to go and see what jobs we've got for today. Double check that the animals are alright, because having shown you around, I realised I didn't check that they were okay. I think they were alright, really. They had plenty of water and that, so I think they'll probably be okay. But yeah, let's go see what jobs we have got to do today. Well, this is depressing. We've got a big month where we need to make a lot of money, and here we are on the first day of the month, And I hope this is an April Fool joke, because not a single job available to us. Yep, so there's only one thing I can do. I'm going to go to the shop and price up the rear mower, and maybe something that I can use to gather up. I don't think we'll be able to afford a baler. Maybe we'd have to lease one, or something called a forager wagon or something like that. There's a couple of options, but like I say, I don't know. We'll see what we can find as I go to the shop. So, a little bit of a disappointing trip. I did buy something. I didn't buy any mowing equipment. No, it's just all a little bit too expensive. I bought a chainsaw. So I spoke to Patrick the other day, and Patrick said that some of them trees on our land would be worth an absolute packet. So I think we're going to have a good look around, see if there's any trees we feel we could afford to cut down, and then see what money we make from them. I can't see it being a lot, you know. If it was a lot, all the people would have cut down these trees if they were worth a lot. But this place straight ahead of us actually is where you bring it, I believe. So, actually, I reckon if we look at these trees, that tree in that field just there, that is on our land. So we could actually easily get some trees that aren't very far to haul, and I think that's going to be important because we've got, you know, a lot of trees on the land, but most of them add a real lot of charm to our to our farm setup, especially when we're looking at getting tourists along. You know, they like trees and stuff like that, so we'll have to be a little bit sparing in what we cut down, I think. Oh, stop. Oh, that was close, nearly crashed into my trailer. Are we going to hook up? There we go. We got it. Always press the wrong button. There's so many buttons in this cab. Do you know, I bet you there's 100 buttons in here that I haven't got a clue what any of them do. So let's see. I think straight across from our driveway, there's a bunch of trees that I think would be perfect for what we want. Just make sure that there's nothing coming. We don't want any more incidents like we had last week, but what we'll do, we'll just pull up on the grass and see what we can do. Unfortunately, because I have no lifting equipment, I'm going to have to cut them into manageable chunks and get them on this trailer, and I may find the other trailer works better, but we'll see how we get on with this one for now. Well, I got one tree cut down and loaded up, and we're in the middle of a massive thunderstorm, so it's probably not the safest thing to do. I'm gonna get down to the wood shop. It's only literally down the road here. Just try and get to a point where I'm not gonna tip the tractor on the slope. And whoa, that's a bit of a bump. Whoa. The change in the weather all of a sudden was quite colossal. Oh, I've just realised I'm on the wrong side of the road again. I haven't done that for ages. So I'll drop this wood off, see what we make, and then I'll see you again shortly. Whew, just over £1,000 for that one tree. Wasn't too bad. It was hardly the biggest tree in the world. So I'm getting inside quick. Not going to ride out this storm outside. I'm definitely getting in where it's nice and dry. And I'll see you in a few hours when I'm sure this storm will have blown over. So the storm has finally blown over, but the rain still persists. It comes down in cats and dogs, and I've ended up continuing my woodcutting escapades with the rain. It just never ending. So we carried on, and this is probably the last one that I'm gonna do for now. We've raised a bit of money, and what I've decided I'm gonna do is go and buy myself some equipment. As soon as the rain stops, we're gonna get some mowing done up on the top field. So you're actually rejoining me really far into April. We're not long left of the month now, and it's just been raining non-stop. And we're just getting to the stage now where it's gone. I've just crashed into my mower. Let's try and get it lined up a little bit better. That's it. We're on. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the mower. As you can see, I've got a mower for the front and back, and driving past now a huge forager wagon. I think I might have gone a bit overkill with that. And we've got one more thing to show you when we get up to the top field. You might just see it in the distance as we come round. I've had a few complaints off the neighbours, but as we just cut across the field here and go into the past the sheep, right in the corner there, you can see that I have what is a fermenting silo, and I'll take you to have a look at it. But what we're going to do, we're going to mow this grass and empty it into that fermenting silo, and in about 3 months' time, there'll be masses of silage in there, which so we haven't got to wrap and bale it. It was all too expensive, so what I got was a place to store it, a place that we could put the grass and turn it into silage, and then we're going to need a big trailer just to get it to either the biogas station or to the animal feeds. But I think come the winter, the biogas station will probably be the most likely ones who pay out the money. So I'll get this field mowed, and then when it's been mowed, we will windrow it. We're going to have to hire a windrower, and then when it's been windrowed, I will get the forager wagon, and we'll see how that copes with these hills, because that's going to be the biggest question: is can my Lamborghini pull such a big wagon all the way up these hills? But yeah, so I'll get all that done, and hopefully we'll get it done before the end of April. And I'll see you when this field has been mowed and windrowed, and we begin to load it up. So here we are with the windrower, which I'm going to get done as quickly as I can now. I've only hired the windrower mainly because I've spent all the money on my forager, and yeah, we'll get this done, and then we get to see how good that forager really is. So I think that is. So I think that's it for the windrowing. I might have missed a few bits. I don't think I did it in the most economical way. It seems to have taken absolute hours. But I thought I'd take you down to show you the fermented silo, just to show you what hopefully in the future will be a big money maker for us. It's going to have to be, because I am really low on funding at the moment. So just try not to tip. Oh yeah, look, here's a little bit that I missed with the windrow, but that's okay. We'll just scoot over it with the foraging wagon. I'm sure it won't take too long, but let's get out and have a look at this. So, I mean, it's absolutely massive when you get close to it, but it looks really good. You drop the hay or the straw or the grass down through the grill here, so that's pretty cool. And when you want to collect the silage, it comes out here. And I built just a little bit of a road up to the main road, and then we can head off from here down to the silage factory. I did debate whether to cut this tree down, and I may still end up doing so because it is a little bit in the way with its branches and that, because the foraging wagon we've got is pretty big. So, but yeah, so I'm going to get the said foraging wagon, and then we shall get all this grass collected and dropped into the fermenting silo. Do you know, I always thought that my tractor looked too big, but I have to say that I don't think that it is. Having put it with this foraging wagon, if anything, it looks too small. Look at the size of the thing! It is enormous, and I'm struggling to get up the hill with it, which is not good. That does not bode well for when it's actually working and we've got the drag of all that. I'm going to go across the grass because it's obvious that that car's not going to get past me. It's the advantage of owning all this land. So, right, so which side do we start from? I think we'll go to the far end of the field and work back towards this end. Let's lower it and switch it on just so that we can get a picture of it working, and we'll try and get some of this that I haven't actually windrowed up as we start early doors. It does have a pretty wide spread actually, which does mean that when I'm getting all this windrowed stuff up, I think it will be okay. So the reason I'm doing this bit first is because it is the biggest test of whether it's going to cope with the hill or not, because the steepest part of the hill is on this side, and we may find that we have to come downhill to do these bits, but we'll soon find out. So, but we'll just get these edges done, and then we'll make our first attempt at the hill. So I'm going to get this put into the silo, and the rest of the month is done, and I'll see you in May. Thanks for watching. I'm Stevie C, and I'll see you again soon.